Was it planned? How do you cope? How many months apart are your babies? How has your body reacted over these years? How are you currently feeling? Most importantly, how is your pum pum? How is your VJJ? How is down there feeling since, you know, having 3 babies back to back in a span of 3 good years? I mean, my firstborn is about to turn 3 September, and we have a newborn already, and there is it's just a lot. I go if not 10 years he could take, and only you feel like I know a lot of you, especially from my last Q&A, are curious as to, you know, just give us answers to some of these questions, because I know most of you are curious. And yeah, this video is basically going to highlight the pros and cons of having babies, 3 babies under 3 years, and most especially how every part of my body has taken a hit, especially the pum pum. You get me? So if you're allergic to too much information, you need to click out too, because this video is not for you. You guys know me, I do share. This is a family, this is a community, the Dynamite clan. We're filled with a lot of mature minds, so please excuse yourself if you can't handle TMI. Before I go on, I would love to say that I made a video in the past where I did talk about my experiences. That was last year. As of last year, I had 2 babies under 2 years, so I had a lot to share about the VJJ. My husband was around, so I talked about sex after delivery. If you haven't watched that video, just check the description area. You're going to see a link there to just straight up watch it, digest it, and maybe come back to this, or you can watch this and then watch that later. It doesn't matter. If you're looking for factual, you know, things that are far from experience, my personal experience, you know exactly where to go. You're looking for medical advice, gynecologist, obstetrician, anything along that line. This is not, I'm not that. I'm only here to share my personal experiences, bearing in mind that women's bodies differ. We are different. What I may experience may not be the same with you and the next person. So yeah, I'm happy to entertain as many experiences as possible in the comment section below. So do not refrain from sharing. We share here. The Dynamite clan, we do share a lot here. So yeah, do we start with the pros or cons? Pros or cons, pros or cons? Let's start with the cons. The first thing that I would say, if you're planning, or if you're thinking, or if you're already in the journey, you know, of 3 under 3 babies, higi haga, just know that lack of sleep, exhaustion is gonna be far from you, at least for the next 3 to maybe 5 years possibly, because it has been 3 years of giving birth back to back, and I can't brag of 7, 8, 10 I'm reaching. I cannot brag of a stretch of 6 hours sleep without interruption, without, oh, you need to do this, or you need to provide this, oh, the baby is crying, oh, someone needs a diaper change, this, that. I cannot, even at night. When I was just single, living my baby girl life, I never envisioned to be, and I love sleep. Babies, I do love sleep. I'm that girl that sleeps. Ask my mom, just ask my mom. I am sleep prefect, sleep governor, sleep queen. That is me. But with having 3 babies under 3 years, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, babies. It has been a whole freaking lot. And let's just be realistic. You just have all babies. They are all babies. Literally, you don't have any maybe teenager or maybe a child that is of school age. You have basically 2 active toddlers and a baby, a newborn. And sometimes you find yourself separating fights between them. Sometimes you find yourself, you know, in a situation where they all want you at the same time. So you're literally hearing this person cry, that person cry, this one. It's mad. So prepare your mind for that chaos, for the exhaustion, for the lack of sleep, for just the mess of it all. Another disadvantage of having 3 babies under 3 years is, for me, I mean, there are people who they just popped a child about a month ago and they're looking snatched. The reality for me is different. The weight gain comes it comes knocking. The weight gain, the fupa, the stretch marks, everywhere, literally. I found people commenting in my 1-day postpartum video. They were like, oh, Mama Dyna, your skin is so smooth and so fresh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you really want to see my body right now? Do you really want to see my tummy? The stretch marks are stretching. They are stretching everywhere. By the side of my hips, my tummy area, stretch marks all over. The zebra lines, they are crossing and double crossing. What about the fupa? The fupa is fupaing. It is just there. You can't just take it away. 3 babies in 3. Do you know what it means to carry 9 months? You're literally carrying 9 times 9 times 9. 9 times 3 is what? In 3 years. Your body goes through all of that hormonal changes and all of that, and then baby comes, you still have to go through sleepless nights, which, you know, that can be attributed to, you know, weight gain and all of that. Is just a freaking whole lot, a freaking lot. The English is a lot. And then I am exclusively breastfeeding. I exclusively breastfed my first one for 6 months, second one 6 months, and I'm doing the same for this one. So weight loss, where it can't be found. Block and delete. As of 3 years ago, when I got married, I was 65 kg. Most of you, if you go through my Instagram, you could see me looking all Abani Darego-ish and all of that. But now I don't even recognize me anymore. But yeah, it is what it is. Another disadvantage is that you literally have to plan your outings. If you want to go out, if you're invited for party, for anything at all, whether you want to even step out to go buy just something you forgot to buy, groceries, just name it, you need to plan. You need to plan ahead. Who stays with the kids? Am I going out with them? How do I go out with them? What do I pack? You know, a whole lot of planning goes to going out. So you find yourself most of the time just stuck inside. People just you just assume the role of, you just assume the personality of an introvert, especially if you love being social, being out there, extrovertish kind of human being. You're gonna be forced to be an introvert, because fam, if you do not have loads and loads of support, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to make those plans, for you to just have a life, basically. So just prepare maybe 5 to 6 years of your life, just staying in and planning everything you need to do, at least until they're of school age. Another thing that I promise that you would have yourself doing all the time is always needing help. You need help, you need support, even if it's just counseling, therapy, talking to someone, having a friend come over, just dumping the kids with a family member, a friend, and just having a me time. You would always need support. You would need help. If not, you're likely to break down. That takes me to the next point, and the last but not the least disadvantage that I will be sharing today: the guilt, the anxiety, the breakdowns, be it mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're gonna break down. You're gonna cry some days. You're gonna feel what did I get myself into? What did I do? Some days are going to drag. Some weeks are going to drag. It would feel like you've been doing it for centuries. It would feel like a very, very long ride, but I promise you it gets better. Now, moving on to the pros. If you got to this point of the video, share with me in the comment section if this is something that you would try. Maybe as a single person you would consider, or you may consider with all the disadvantages that I've listed. If you're in my shoes, share with me the ones that I've missed. I've missed sharing on here. Which one did I leave out? Which one are you facing? Which one is a major con for you? Share with me in the comment section below. And if you do have one child already, are you thinking about it? Is this something that you feel like you want to do? Yeah. What are the advantages? Now, the first one I would say is, although there would be fights, I mean, toddlers to active toddlers, there is bound to be an atom or atoms of fights. Although there would be that, there will be less fights with, you know, things that they do have. I mean, let's say, for instance, TV programs, you don't need to fight about that. You don't have someone say, oh, I want to watch Cartoon Network, and the other one would say, oh, I want to watch Disney Junior. You don't have that, because they kind of share the same interests, the same toys, so it makes things a lot easier for you. They watch almost the same thing. You can buy nearly the same things for them, and they would happily enjoy using it. Another advantage is that it's sort of cost effective when it comes to diaper, milk, food, certain foods, when it comes to clothing. I mean, most of you see me wear my second, that's the girl Nedima, her brother's clothing. Most of you are like, why is she wearing this? Why, when I share her on Instagram, you want me to go and be buying new clothes? Never. It's not gonna happen. When who will I give some Jachi's clothes to? I have to give it out to someone, and no other person qualifies than the second, which almost all some Jachi's clothing are now her size. So she happily rocks them without complaining. Not like she's going to fancy parties or anything like that. So she's not complaining. I'm not complaining. No one is complaining. So please, please do not judge me. Do not judge me. We're trying to save bye. When it also comes to their milk, I buy SMA Gold 1 to 3. This one is almost 3, this one is 1, so it makes sense. They share the same milk, and it's just, yeah, cost effective. The drink almost the same thing. They eat almost this, like almost nearly everything. They wear the same size of diaper. I buy 11 kg to 17, I've been at 24 kg, and they wear the same, just the same. I don't have to look too much or go around, or it's just cost effective, time effective, effort effective, if there's a word like that. Sharing the same things also kind of creates a bond between them, and yeah, it makes teaching easy, it makes buying toys easy, it makes a lot of things easy on my end. The major one, the very major one, if you were looking to have 3 children, say you've spaced out, oh, I'm going to have 3 children. The first one I would have maybe 2020, the next one 2024, and then the next one 2028. Maybe you were planning within that gap range. Let's say if you were planning to have 3 kids in 8 years, now you have 3 kids in 3 years. You now focus on the sufferness. You suffer for at least another extra 3 years before you can be relieved a bit, because with motherhood, it is a forever thing. You're never relieved. You're a mother till you die. That's just it. Let's just be realistic. You are a mother even till now. I'm still asking my mother for help. Come and help me. Come and support me. Come and be. You're a mother till you die. But then when I'm talking about the suffer, you know, the sleepless nights, the tantrums, at least after an extra 3 years on top the 3 years where you don't already do back to back, you know that you don't have any child you're potty training, you don't have any child you're telling, oh, don't do that, you're not shouting unnecessarily, you're not, you know, just, you're kind of relieved. The last but not the least advantage that I will be sharing today is that it gets easier. I mean, with my first, I had no idea. I was clueless. I just didn't know where I was going to, what I was doing. And with the second, and having it almost just back to back to back, everything just is, you're not thinking, oh, how did I do that when I had a baby 2-3 years ago? Things are not so foreign to you. Every child has a different experience. You experience things differently with every child, uniquely. But then there are basic, I would say basic things that as a mother, you should know. No one needs to tell you, your instinct and all of that. With this third baby that I had, about a month ago. It's almost like perfection. I'm almost perfect at every single thing because I remember everything. I remember each child's delivery, everything I remember so vividly because it's just been a year and a year after. Like it's just been, yeah, back to back. Like I said, just feels easy as days go by and you find yourself just getting a hang of everything, finding a routine and just adjusting. It's a blessing. It's something that you look at and you're like, wow, I'm a rock star. Was that me? Am I? Yeah, it puts you on a different high as a mother, looking back and saying, oh, I did this in a span of 3 years. That said, it's not without its, you know, health complications and all of that, which you need to go and do your own personal research. You need to consult with your gynae, you know, give your health history or everything. Just do your research before you think of, you know, going through this route. But yeah, those are the pros and cons of doing 3 kids back to back in a span of less than 3 years. Now the question is, how has my body reacted to all of this? How do you feel? How are you coping? First off, I would say after every delivery, there seems to be something that changes with my body. With the first delivery, obviously stretch marks that I never had came. Obviously, I gained a bit of weight. With the second one, I had pelvic floor dysfunction. I've talked about this severally. With this one, with this baby, the pelvic thing came, but then I feel like even a month after delivery, I haven't recovered. I still feel pains when I try to turn a certain way, when I, you know, assume certain positions on the bed. When I try to get up, I feel pains in my joint. I don't know if staying indoors a lot of times contributes to it. I have incontinence issue. It's not so serious, but then whenever I laugh or giggle or, you know, just cough a certain way, I just have that trickle of urine come out. It's like I can't control it. And I've been working on really serious pelvic floor exercises, but yeah, I'm just at that point where I know it's from this whole back-to-back thing. Yeah, I have gained weight. Like I said, I started before pregnancy, before all of these, before 3 kids, I was at 65 kg. Now I'm currently at 82 kg. Over 13 kg gained in a span of 3 years. It is mad. And yeah, my vagina, my pum pum, how is it? It's gone back to normal. It's gone back to looking normal. Obviously, my husband is not around now, so I can't tell if sex still feels the same or if there's been a change with the diameter and circumference, and, you know, if sexual experience is as enjoyable as it's been since, you know, having 1 under 1, 2 under 2, you know, all of that. But yeah, my vagina has gone back to looking normal. At this point, I'm no longer, you know, bleeding. My postpartum bleeding has stopped. And yeah, I'm still yet to know if I have diastasis recti, because I find that a lot of moms who, you know, their tummies stretch, their abdominal muscles stretch from pregnancy, they do experience diastasis recti. I'm yet to diagnose. I don't even know how to diagnose it myself. I'm going to watch YouTube videos because literally there's a way to check. I need to check if I do have. But yeah, like I said, it comes with its complications, but then it is manageable. It is manageable because these kids, they've given me, I mean, the blessing it gives me, the joy alone. Even with their whole wahala and all of that, the little joys, the constant rush of dopamine that I feel every now and then, just with their little attitudes and, you know, milestones and all of that, it makes it very much worth it. Share with me in the comment section below what you thought about this particular video. Which advantage or disadvantage did I leave out? Share with me in the comment section. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and hopefully I am going to see you guys in my next video. For now,